Kai has returned. The Jade Slayer, Master of Pain. You may know me as the Beast of Vengeance. Come on, work with me. Maker of Widows.
Supernatural villain. I mean, they say that villain is the most fun, but that angle, which is the first in the series, would give you freedom to try anything in the booth when you're sort of playing him.
Yeah, absolutely, total freedom. And then really the first session or two was all about, taking advantage of that freedom and trying a bunch of different things and seeing what felt the best.
And you've done voice work before. Does it take a different sort of energy, or are you just sort of used to sort of the different process you go through when you're in the booth as opposed to a live action sort of shoot?
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of experience doing both at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, doing animation is really freeing in a way, and yeah, drawing on experience and then trying to not only did I have my own experience to draw on, but I had the first two movies, to draw on. So I knew all of the characters that I was interacting with. So that was, an extra bonus.
Did that help with the tone? Because we just saw a little bit where you get to go from really scary to really funny. So that latitude, is that something that was always fun to play with him?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's and that's part of what's fun about this whole trilogy now. Is you go back and forth between just being silly and goofy to being there are sequences where there's really high stakes and really emotional stuff going on, and as in the best storytelling of any kind, whether it's animated or a live action movie or whatever it is, it's nice to be able to do all of it.
I mean, you embodied prolific. I mean, your filmography, like, there's no straight map that you can shoot for except you're a great character actor. So, is there some sort of notion or plan, or is it just what you respond to, what you're being offered? How do you sort of course what you're going to do next? Because you just finished Terminator. Now we're talking about Kung Fu Panda. You're reuniting with your Whiplash director. So it's very like eclectic. So
Really eclectic is to me the joy of what I get to do for a living, and my plan. My plan, going back to 1970 something at the Big Fork Summer Playhouse is just,
to work.
to try and do different things, and try and, yeah, to work, but also to not be pigeonholed, to be able to do different kinds of characters. And, whatever I just got done doing, I don't want to repeat that. I want to try and do something a little different.
But how about the notion of what happens after you're sort of validated in the way that you were after Whiplash, where you win the Oscar and you win for award season? Do the offers truly change, or do you have more doors that are open to you now, or do you just keep working actor?
Yeah, the offers. There's, the numbers increase. There's a lot of scripts flying my way, and which is great because I've always been a guy that, was pretty picky about what I wanted to do, even when I couldn't afford to be. I made my agents crazy by turning down jobs, and so now I have more jobs to turn down.
And your agents are like crazy.
And my agents are.
I'm not going to ask you about that. Wanted to ask you about, there's a certain theme in this movie, not pertaining to your character, but the theme of the mentor or the student becomes a teacher. Given that you played a terrifying teacher, you must have gotten this question before, so I apologize. But do you have a teacher that sort of, or a mentor, not necessarily in a classroom setting, that you remember that sort of left a mark on you, that you remember fondly, or left some sort of memory on you?
Yeah, I mean, there's really not one I can point to because there were many. I mean, I go back to a second grade teacher and college professors and directors that I worked with, at different stages in my own development as an actor, and I still feel like a protege at times, and. And hopefully always will. I mean, I think part of collaborating is being willing to go back and forth between aspects of being a mentor and aspects of being a. My daughter is convinced that mentee is actually a word now. She's a mentor in her honor society, and they were talking about being mentors and having mentees, and I'm just so chagrined at the decline of the English language. But
Yeah, I saw that on your face.
but I digress. Yeah, it's great to be at my advanced age to be able to look back and see from my parents to coaches and teachers and directors to have really the advantage of having learned from a lot of different mentors, many of whom are younger than I am.
All right, sir. Pleasure talking to you.
Thanks.